Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overtime. This is episode 10. By the time this airs, seasons will be pretty much open everywhere in the Midwest. It's October and we're itching to get out. It's a little bit warm here in Iowa, so we're going to kind of pick and choose when we hunt, but there's still time to get things done. I'm still wrapping up stuff on my farms. A lot of the other guys are finishing up, moving cameras, doing scrapes, all that good stuff. We got about 4 or 5 days more of youth season. I'm hopefully going to get my daughters out this weekend one last time. But I'm actually going to go sit tonight. I had a buck show up this morning in daylight, probably my number 2 buck that I know is alive, a ghost. So hopefully, who knows, maybe he'll slip up and come into the bean field that he was in this morning, and I'm going to be waiting for him. But for now, enjoy the episode of the Overtime.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, Kyle here in New York State. Bringing you along with me to hang a muddy hang-on stand. Not a very big oak tree, but right on the edge of my clover plot. The way the deer move, they kind of come from off the property on into the clover plot and pass through that way. So I think it should be a good spot. It's kind of in the open, so I'm going to try not to cut any branches. So I might be kind of maneuvering around that to get up higher in the tree. That way I'm not getting skylined by anything. But I'll bring you along, show you what I got going on, and show you the view from the stand once I get up there. Okay, so real quick, I got steps up. Now I'm just gonna grab the platform and get up in that little opening right there. And everything behind me should help keep me concealed from my backdrop. And I think that's gonna turn out really good. I left some limbs high to hang down a little bit. Once I get in there, I'll trim some up, but let me get that platform up and show you a view from the stand. Okay guys, quick view from the stand. Here's an opening out to my clover plot. I left all these limbs to keep me concealed. Here's a little opening here. Deer like to funnel out this way from the neighboring property and just kind of cruise across this way and head off in that direction. So this is gonna be a pretty neat spot, and I'm really liking the view from it here. All right, here's a little view from it down below. I like the backdrop. You won't branches and brush behind it, so I don't think I'll be picked off by any deer walking by and skylighted or anything like that. So I like that. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, see ya.
Morning, guys. Well, we didn't have a lot of action, but we had the action that we needed. That 9-pointer came walking right through here, 25. Sorry for the crappy footage. I really wasn't sure if I was going to shoot him or not. Got a lot of pictures of that one, and honestly, he looks way bigger on camera. Like, I knew exactly what deer it was when he stepped out. I'm like, I was hoping he was going to look a little better than that, but obviously, walking away, he looked a little bit bigger, but I think I made a good pass. I think he's only 3. I really think next year he's gonna blow up. So, I mean, he's got a little kicker on his left side. And he's got a really good frame, not a lot of mass. So I think it was a good pass. I probably should have shot him, but there's a couple more in here that I know are bigger. There's a real big 8. I mean, he's probably pushing 150. There's that 6x5, and then there's that split G2 buck, and I don't know. It's just not what I'm looking for. I don't really need to add another 8-pointer to my wall. So, I guess for this, I think I'm gonna get out of here in about an hour. It's about 8:30 right now. Other than a raccoon, I haven't seen anything but that one 9-pointer. I did cut down that branch that he went behind, just that in case a bigger buck comes, I get a little bit better opportunity, but I definitely could have snuck one in there, but why not give yourself a little bit better shot? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens tonight. Hey guys, just walking to the stand. It's September 19th, still down in Missouri here. Saw that 9-pointer this morning, decided to give him a pass. It's about 4:15 right now. I got about, I don't know, campers back there. I don't know, 600-700 yard walk through the beans here. It's a great access point. Now all we need is a big old buck.
Well, it's time to replace the cover on the soft side. It's been up there 5 or 6 years. Unfortunately, it is almost impossible to find them. Luckily, one of my good buddies, Clifford Martin, shipped me one that is for his blinds. So shout out to Clifford. And yeah, first I have to get up there and see what I'm working with. It could be full of wasps. I have no idea. I'm not really looking forward to this. I've kind of been putting this off for months. So I got about a half a can of wasp spray. I'm gonna take my time, get up there, and hopefully not get stung by wasps. I don't know. Not looking forward to this. Well, luckily there was only one giant wasp nest in here, and I had enough in the spray can to kill them all. So, got the cover cut off, and I'm just kind of undoing some of these things, and I don't know, I might keep the old window things in here so I don't have to dick with them. They all seem to be fine, and yeah. So, I'm gonna unbox the other one, and that's the hard part. You have to somehow get it up and over this, get it all tucked down nice and clean, and get her zipped up and then strapped down. Then all the Velcro on the inside is the worst part, lining everything up. But I got nothing but time today, so we're gonna knock that out. Well, 0 wasp stings. It was close though. All ready to go. Old one's there, I'll tuck in the box. But yeah, perfect. It's not the tightest fit in the world, but it's fine. There's still half a dozen wasps flying around, so I'm gonna have to remember to bring wasp spray and a trap when I come back down. It'll probably be Sunday before I can get Sophie down here to hunt, which is fine. But Mr. Perfect was right at the crest of that hill yesterday with about an hour of light left. She had stuff going on, so I didn't force her to come down. It was hot anyways. It was like 85 degrees. And I was like, man, this is gonna suck. So I just decided to skip, make her happy. I was happy because I really didn't want to sweat my ass off again. And there were a bunch of deer out here. There was probably 15 plus deer out here, a couple small bucks, that big 150, 160 class deer that I call Mr. Perfect. But besides that, been a little slow. A few bebopping around, but we need this front to come through in about a week. It's going to drop 10 degrees. Our regular season opens up in 2 days. I don't even know if I'm going to hunt. I don't want to deal with a doe or something, you know, when it's 85 degrees outside. I don't like that. So, but got everything done I needed to today. I got to run to my farm, pick up the trailer, and then drop it back off at Greg's. And really, that's all I got till I get down hunting again. Okay, we made it to my Central Iowa farm. It's the farm I killed my buck on last year. And we're gonna do some white pine post rub. I'm gonna do stuff a little bit different. I have 3, but I'm gonna put at least 2 as like one will be a vertical and one is gonna be a horizontal post. I'm gonna put it right at the bottom of this hill, right by the stand I shot my deer out of. And I got some weed whacking and some stuff to do. There's a bunch of overgrown grass. You can see it down here. I'll just walk down here and you can see it. Oh, there one. So they like to bed right here, which I already knew. But I'm gonna come down here and try to weed eat a big chunk of this out and hopefully get those deer as they're coming through to start hitting it. It might be kind of a hodgepodge thing. I got an idea in my head what I want it to look like. So I'm gonna get down there with a weed eater, spend some time clearing out a big chunk as much as I can, and go from there. So here's what we got going on. There's the stand right there in that tree, and it was all overgrown like this, you know, chest high weeds. There were trails through it. So what I did is I came down to the bottom of the hill here and I weed eated a 10 by 10 spot, and then walked these 2 trails. This one leads up over there to that hill, and this one leads all the way up, going up that hill. They do come down off of this. That's what my buck did. My buck came from way back up in there, came all the way down through, and it'll come through. And as it gets later in the fall, this is gonna die. All this green is gonna die. It's gonna fall over. It's gonna be less and less and less. But for right now, I wanted to give them an easy path to go through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get the pine post rub. My plan is to put the pine post somewhere right in here, right off the 2 trails. Put a camera right here, right in front of the stand. That way I can catch the normal movement up and down this ditch, and then the pine post rub. So I'm probably gonna weed eat a little bit more of this first so I can keep this out of the way, if that makes any sense. I don't want to block their trail. I'm probably gonna end up putting an oak branch with a rope over top of it for a scrape also. So there's gonna be a whole lot of things going on. So that's a little update. I'm gonna go grab the post hole auger, some of the post, and we'll see what we can come up with. Just got that all done. Climbed up in the stand. This is the spot that I killed my buck out of last year. I rattled. He came all the way through there, straight down, over, and I shot him right there. Like I said, all this is kind of overgrown. There's 2 years of growth here, but I went through and kind of weed eated 2 trails. That'll make it easier for them to come to this exact spot. I have the pine post rub, the horizontal rub, an oak branch for a scrape. I don't know if they're going to use it, but I think it'll give them a reason to at least stop. Like I said, the 2 trails come out 5 feet away from it. They walk up and down this ridge right here. Right through there all the time. Camera right there gets all that in both the trails. So really, it's set up as good as it can be. I got 2 more cameras with me. I put in a mock scrape like 2 weeks ago when I was here up at the top when I moved that other ladder stand. So I need to put 1 there. I think I'm gonna put a 360 there because it's kind of an open spot and deer can kind of go all over. I brought 1 fence post. I have to make sure I can attach it to it. Actually, I have a camera stand, so an HME camera stand, so that'll take care of that one. And then I am going to actually go along the edge of the fence line and see what I can come up with as far as access out to the ag field. So I can't hunt the ag field anymore, but I can hunt almost right up to it. So we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, came back to the top, call this the crossroads. Put a mock scrape in here maybe 3-4 weeks ago. No camera on it. Had one on the fence crossing, bunch of does, some small bucks, but nothing I want to shoot. So really I'm waiting for 1 deer to show up on this farm, maybe 2. But as of right now, I don't have them on camera. I know they're both alive, but I don't have them on camera. Typically, they start switching late September, early October, so hopefully they start cruising around a little bit. That's why I'm finishing everything up today. It's October 1st. Could be hunting tonight, but I have 0 I want to hunt. So what I got going on is I got 1 more branch to trim down here. I'm going to take this whole tree out, that little tree, and I'll be able to shoot behind me. There's a good trail right there. I'm about 150 yards away from the last setup where I shot my buck last year, but I'm just on top of the hill. It's a really good spot. So I'm just gonna see what I can do here. I had to knock down a bunch of multiflora rows, all in that. It looked like that or like that. And I had to use my pole saw like a sickle and chop it all down so that 360 could pretty much catch everything. There's 1 little section right here that it can't get, and there is a trail that they kind of covertly go through, and that's why I trimmed a couple of these branches. I should be able to, if one hugs that side, I should be able to smoke it. They sneak through right here, and I trimmed these down so I'll have a shot right here. When I get down, I'm going to trim a couple of these branches so I can shoot right there without any issues. So, and then this spot's all done. I got to freshen up that scrape. I have another flashback, and I have a DS4K non-cell that I'm going to try to get them both out, I think, and just see what I can come up with. But I got to do a little bit of exploring. But I'm going to finish trimming this stuff out and get moving on to the next spot. Just got another flashback set up right there. Trail, trail, trail. There's about 6 trails that all cross right here. It's just a little knoll in the middle of this property. I kind of got stands all the way around it, but I've seen a lot of deer come from here in the past. They like to bet on it. So I figured I weed eated a spot where I could hopefully not get so many false triggers. Then I would cover as many of the trails as I possibly could. And hopefully that works. I might try to bring in some sort of scrape stick or something to put on that tree to kind of get them all to go right here, but I'll have to look and see what I have at home. I'll probably have to stop by Bass Pro and buy stuff, but I'll do that on the way home, and then the next time I get over here, I'll put it up and go from there. But I'm gonna maybe put out a DS4K where I can easily check it. I got a spot where there's usually a pretty good scrape, and I'm gonna put it there and see what shows up.